A regular day takes place in a high school area, where students take their daily routine around the campus. The teacher then comes in and proceeds with her lessons. Suddenly, an unexpected event happens when an explosion destroys the whole school along with the people in it. Next, the main character is getting out of the rubbles and everything seems dark around her, she can't even see. She is then surprised after getting out of a shell, and then seeing countless of newborn spiders everywhere. She also notices the legs in her arms being different, and she thinks this is just sort of a nightmare. The spider rolls over the ground realizing that she just reincarnated as a spider. After that, a very large figure blocks her way, and she asks if it is her father spider. But actually it's the mother and she's starving now, eating some of the spiders around. The main character ran for her life, and stopped for a while to catch her breath. She thinks number of ways on how she died before, but she can't remember any of it. Surprisingly, she then hears a voice of how she wants to spend her experience points to learn a new skill. She then chooses the appraisal skills just for the heck of it, and try to use it by picking a rock. The skill just told her it's a rock, and she is so disappointed because she already knew the object. She then appraises herself and learns she doesn't have a name in this world. A simple spider that is a level 1 needs to level up, she says, and it's like in a video game, so might as well have fun with it. Soon later, she enters a room brimming with monsters. The creatures there aren't familiar to her as well, so she thinks this is another world. After a while, she sees fresh footprints on the ground. This delighted her because she knows it's from a human. She excitedly runs towards that direction, only to see her parent spider got slaughtered by the same human. She is now aware that they seem to be hunters, now backing off, and then accidentally spewed spider web on her behind. After knowing this, she surrounds herself with it and built her first spider web home inside the cave. Now all she needs to do is wait for an unsuspecting victim, and the rest of her life will be secured. She now remembers as a human, she just wasted her time playing MMO game all day at home. Then hunger kicks in and she fell from the web. She remembers that she haven't eaten yet since her birth. Her hard work making home from her thread sure depleted her stamina, she says, then crawls her way towards the carcass of the monster from before. After being full, she rested for a bit and the voice is heard again saying she just level up and learned the heretic magic. It seems like she unlocks something after getting the requirements, but have no clue what this heretic magic and how to use it. She then tries saying the ability words heretic magic, but with no luck nothing happened afterwards. She dances around thinking she can earn new titles and learn some useful skills. Then she noticed that something got caught on the spider web that she made earlier. After going back, a big frog monster was caught on the web, now struggling to get free. Suddenly, it spits on her, blinding her on the spot, then realizing that it is some sort of defense mechanism of the monster. Yet she learned another skill from it and it's level 1 acid resistance. But it still stings her a bit. Then she get mad at the monster saying, "Oh, I will enjoy eating you afterwards." She started approaching it, running while trying to avoid the acid spits as well. And it's a success. She bit the tail of the monster but she got spewed by its acid on her back and she screams from the pain. She's really having a hard time dealing with this monster, and she made another attack from above for a different approach. Once she reached its back, she started gobbling it and finally defeating the creature bigger than her. She is filled with joy and happiness conquering a mighty frog monster, so she celebrates. Meanwhile, students all around the country gather around in a prestigious school hall. They are there to enroll at the said school, including the country's prince named Shun, and a duke's daughter named Katia. Both of them are being gossiped all around by their peers. They just can't help themselves not to talk about it since they are royalties. Then an elf approaches the two named Oka. Apparently she's a former teacher of them and is now to become their new classmate at the school. A girl named Sue approaches the elf with a cold stare. Her brother Shun stopped her from being rude, and apologizes to Oka as he introduces to her his sister. From that day on, they will all share together the same experience studying in that school. Apparently there are other people same as the spider who reincarnated as other humans in this different world. Another prince named Hugo approaches Shun and expresses his admiration to the famous hero Julius. It's actually Shun's brother in this world. He tells a lot of his brother's accomplishments like conquering dungeons that no one dares, and added he's the strongest warrior of mankind. Back to the main character, she got another frog monster on her web and has been spitted with acid all over again. Later, she surrounds it with more of her web and successfully bound it. A voice is heard again and her poison fang leveled up this time. Then an unexpected thing happens as she glows and evolved into a bigger spider. She thinks that she molted, and leveled up as a spider character along with her other skills that risen up their respective points. She notices that her body wounds are all healed up, as well as her eye is much better now. Later, another string of hers caught something, and she is praying that it's not another frog monster. Right before her is not a monster, but a human who's struggling to get away. The man is desperate, so he uses a bottle of fire to burn the web around him, and then he finally runs away from the spider, leaving an egg behind. This concerns her a lot, cause there's so many threat that surrounds her, so she remodeled her home. After that, she is proud of what she accomplished, now showing her sink but with no water. And also the bedroom, with a fluffy pillow that she personally loved. It also includes numerous alarm systems. The comm threads will let her know once something is trapped by one of her webs. As she was enjoying her time on her bed, she suddenly feels starving. Good thing she snagged the egg the human left in the cave, thinking all the food she can make with it. She tries to break the egg with her claw, but the egg is tough as iron to crack open. She tried again by pulling it upwards and letting it fall, but yet again it doesn't break. Then she wonders what kind of egg is it. She remembers that she has an appraisal skill and she uses it. She learned that it was a worm egg, an egg that came from a dragon. Back at home, her alarm systems are going crazy, signaling her that there are multiple enemies outside. Black smoke comes in and a fire is entering her home, burning everything. She then sees numerous humans with torches preparing to eliminate her as an unwanted monster. Good thing she also built an escape route, and runs immediately away from the humans, knowing she must pass the last of her web for safety. It turns out, people are there just to retrieve the dragon's egg. After the incident, she gets mad, and promised herself to dedicate her life to get stronger so that she won't be afraid anymore. A lot of fight is now at play. She even got bitten by a monster, then she screams. All that effort, the monitor shows her level and she sees the word weak in it. She recalls all the monsters she has fought so far, and realized that she can only rely on her web plus her poison fang. Next, she continues her journey of leveling up and encounter an insect monster. She initiates the attack by shooting her web at it, and successfully binding it afterwards. Then she hears a sound coming from afar, so she approaches it. Inside, a dark room is in front of her, so she uses her appraisal skill at it and is bombarded with full of names after. As she looked down again, a horde of insects is coming up fast, and of course she runs away immediately or she will be trampled by them. Somehow she manages to survive that, and thinks of strategies on how to defeat stronger enemies next time. Soon later, an imminent threat is lurking near her and she prepares herself for an upcoming fight. She then tries to appraise what is approaching, and appears this big snake that is craving to eat her. The snake attacks, but luckily she jumps on time to save herself and runs away from it. She uses her web, but it's no use, but still persists to continue using it against the rampaging enemy. After a while, all the web has been collected to its face, which disables the monster from using its mouth. Little did she knows, its tail can be used as its weapon to fight as well. She has been shaken for a bit as the snake approaches her, but she risks it all by attacking straight forward and biting its neck. The snake just won't give up easily as it struggles continuously to get away from her bite. Finally, the snake succumbs to its demise and the main character emerged victorious from a heck of a difficult boss fight. After that, she reached another milestone of her leveling up as she glows, and all her wounds have been healed up as well as accumulating more advanced skills. The voice also tells her that she can now evolve, and must choose an evolutionary path. Watch this next video. See you on the next one.